Hey, good morning, folks. So we're going to do a little bit of artwork here for Eberron Eberron adventure that we've been creating called Crystals in a Bar. You can see it on here screen. Give me a moment here to check my signal, make sure I'm coming through okay, and then we'll get started. So if you're familiar with the channel already, you can skip ahead a minute for me to get past all my morning static. And okay, it looks like the signal is coming through loud and clear, so that's good. We can drop that down to nothing there. And let me grab the link here real quick. I'm going to do some real fast social media blurps, and then we will get started. Here and almost done. My name is Phil Kearney. Hey, what's up? I create role-playing games. I illustrate them. I publish them online. We're creating content for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, primarily here, the Adventure of Crystals in a Bar. It's for characters 7th and 8th level. It takes place in the Carnwood of Carnath on the continent of Corvair, fighting undead creatures, demons, necromancers. Fun stuff. Let's move this to here, and like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when we're live in the future. All 409 episodes are here in this playlist. Here's a slew of books I've already made on the DMsGuild. They are all free preview, so check them out. If you think they're cool, use them in your campaign. Consider making a purchase to encourage similar behavior in the future. We made this book cover back around episode 40, which you can check on up here in the playlist. And then without further ado, let's continue working on Undead. So we finished the front line here yesterday. I'm pretty happy with how all these dudes ended up, but now we want to deal with the back line here. So we're going to start doing the same process we had done for the front line on the back line, but the back line will just have less detail. So 78%, 79%, let's take this up to 100. Peel this open here like that. Include the front line for us to see things for comparison. Let's see, here's my front line, color, line, eyes. Just give me a hot second here. Boop. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think for the time being, I want to work on the skeletal structure here, and then once I'm happy with what state this dude is in, we can move on. I'm just going to conceal all of that there for now so I can focus on the piece at hand. Let's hit the 0 button. We're at 2 pixels on this line. Cool. Doop, 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 doop. Let's get that skull properly shaped. Obviously, we don't have nearly as much to do on each skeleton back here because most of their body is covered by the front line. So it's going to reduce the amount of time needed to spend on each one of these guys a lot. So we'll be able to get more and more done quickly. Once we finish this horde, we get to shift over to the rest of the page and work on all the artifacts. Meanwhile, I'm continuing to dig away in the evening on the page layouts. Eye sockets are a little bit crowded around the nose here, so I'm just trying to clean clean up the architecture of the head. There we go. Yes. Feels better already. I stream artwork in the mornings like this, Monday through Friday. And then I have a game design stream that I run on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and, well, Tuesdays and Fridays, plus either Monday or Wednesday. And this week is going to be Wednesday. So we've got a game design stream today. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure on what we're going to be working on. Kind of looking forward to seeing what that ends up being. And then we'll be back, and then we will be back on tomorrow morning to do more artwork, and tomorrow lunch to do more game design. Thursday morning we're back. Thursday night we'll be working on the Bastion campaign system more. Maybe we'll work on the mass combat system for the Bastion campaign. I feel like I should give this guy's head a tilt. Yeah, that feels better. Definitely smaller. Here. I don't think any of this is going to be visible. Yeah, none of that arm is going to be visible through, but I want to make sure I have it present regardless. Because I could always, if I do a decent job with the arm here now, I can always steal it and use it someplace else if necessary. On the other hand, I might not ever need it, so I'm not going to go too crazy in developing it out to make sure that works. There, like that. That makes sense. Guts. And his other arm is going off screen, so I don't have to worry about that. There, that's better. Good. There. Bones like that. Flesh rotting through here. There. I guess I don't have a lot of conversation with me today. It makes me feel bad. Sorry, guys. There. Sometimes I don't have a lot of conversation with me. That makes me feel bad. I like yammering about stuff, but I just don't have it in me right now, apparently. Maybe we'll work on spell point sorcerers again today. That's not a bad idea. That looks okay. A lot of that is unnecessary, but I want to take this block here and pull over here so that its body is balancing its own weight and stance. That. There and good enough. And so let's give these a tilt. Good. And then here. Let's fill that in. We do comic book shading, so we fill in the color flats at first, and then we add shadow and texture on top of the flats, and we merge it down, and then we integrate the blend the line art into the color, so it becomes semi-realism. As a single shape, or as a single form, instead of having the artwork, instead of having the line art sit on top of the color, it blends into it, so it becomes just one piece. So, which is you know, an extra step beyond where comic books are at. And I think the effect looks pretty good generally, so I'm happy with it. there, and then adding these back in, we want to have a bit more contrast. So I'm going to take this color here and put it here. And these guts down in here. There. There we go. So I want this darker color to contrast the foreground here, because the arm is pale over here. I want to take a darker color like this and drop it in down here to differentiate that. Front line be gone. Color there. Yeah, like that. And blend that in. Take your time, timer. I'm gonna take a sip of water here. There and there. Good. And a little pocket over here. There we go. Not bad. This is going to end up fading out a little bit because of the fog, a little atmospheric disruption to push it back away from the front line. But we won't worry about that until we get there. Guts and bits. That feels pretty good. Let's take the whole thing here and see if I can duplicate this layer here, and then merge down into a single layer. You see, like that. Now we can do some cleanup. There, like that. So we'll do some cleanup along the edges here, and then we'll go into the detail and merge the art, the line art, into the color. This is supposed to, yeah, this will all be concealed by shield. Good. Gotta be sinister. You don't want your undead to be personable. Then you've got vampire issues. Excuse me. Not bad. Take this clavicle in here like that. Take the shoulder blade in here. Blend. In there, keep that shadow in place. Not horrible. Whole thing could probably stand to be a smidge bigger. Scratch away at that form here a little bit, get that into place, zoom in. Make sure we get things the way that we need them to be. Oops, wrong button. There we go. There. We're looking on time. Holy Hannah. We're doing great. We got we got about 40 more minutes to go. That's fantastic. So damn, so good coffee. A little bit of wake up juice, that's good. I feel like this whole structure can be pulled down. Merge down. Good. I'm gonna get some yellow teeth in on this guy here in just a little bit. I want to just muck out his teeth like that to get that space defined, and we'll overlay it with yellow. There we go. Clamp some of those effects in there. I don't like that. Get rid of those streaks. Undead eye look. There. It was good. This is still a little bit too tall. Good old smudge tool doing all the work of flesh. Nice. How are we looking? How are we looking as far as block? Yeah, it's just gonna get blocked. There, that feels pretty good. Go. Go. Should be safe to move on to the next guy here in a few moments. I just want to clean up the roughness here a little bit. Feels kind of like a, almost like a marker sort of feeling to it. I love the, like a lot of the Star Wars concept art done in markers. It just looks gorgeous. So the blending effect that we have here feels a lot like that same sort of medium. I do want to blend this lighting in here as background though, so we gotta get a consistent smoothness through the shape here. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, cool. So we'll call this guy, well, we'll call this guy done for now for the fun of it. Next. Oh, you're looking bad here, buddy. I just got outrageously hungry. Whew. Stay calm and collected there, Tummy. Like that. That looks good. There. Good. We can make this a little bit bigger here to free transform. right, that's pretty good. Yeah, need some torso bit going on down here. So just going to scratch some shape into existence here. And it's going to fill in this gap down here. So we just need more of this like leg sort of thing going on here. Bone through here. That's looking pretty good. Just shape that up proper here like that. Hey Francois, how you doing? It's good to see you. I'm pretty up in my head today, so my apologies if my stream isn't as amusing as usual. Sometimes I just fall into fits of contemplation, I guess. I guess that's where I'm at. How's your 40K game? Hey, congrats. Is it a tournament or is it just friendly fire between friends? I still got 20 minutes left. I think I can actually make this a bit bigger. Nope, I was wrong. Practice games for upgrade. Oh, right on. What army are you playing? I don't know a lot of technical details. I just like the flavor text. I'm a big Orc fan. I'm a big Tau fan. I like just the mecha look of Tau. And they seem to be like the least nefarious of the factions, so I kind of dig them. Dark Angels and Space Marines, right on. I don't know that specific chapter, but they sound sinister, so I'm here for it. The dreadnoughts are my favorite type of unit in the game because the idea of putting a 2 damage to function Space Marine inside of a small tank that just sounds very Warhammer. It's just super cool. Like, you're so tough that when they finally drop you, they put you in a tank to keep you around longer. It's like, ah, that was just a lucky shot. Let's give them another go. Yeah. Love dreadnoughts. Too cool. I like the magic of the orcs, that as long as they believe it's true, it is, so they can just do ridiculous shit. It's just the war boys of 40K. It's just too much fun. And the Space Marines are iconic, but they just seem a little bit too, in comparison to the orcs, they're like way take stuff way too seriously. But as the point of reference of understanding how these different things work compared to every time, I mean, like, obviously you're gonna have the default mentality of the Space Marines because they're Terran, and everything else is just some sort of, you know, monster variant. So you gotta love the Marines, of course, just because I can understand them. But orcs are freaking cool. How are we looking? Pretty good. Most of this is irrelevant, but I like it having here for reference in case we need to pull it into another character. Just because you don't see it over here doesn't mean I can't use it like over here somewhere. So it's worth it. It's worth spending the time on it. Maybe I should work on mass combat today. Yeah, that's what we'll do. It's starting to feel good. I like that. Again, we won't see any of that. So I really need to worry about through here. There we go. That's a very static pose, but it's also very in the background. So I think I'm okay with it. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Yeah, I'm really like way up inside my head today. I'm sorry. I am not the entertainer that I aspire to be today. But yeah, there's I don't have any like real solid steps I need to take in the martial power system today. So Instead, I think I just want to invest a little bit of that on my lunchtime design on the army combat between bastions, which is a very it's just a an ability check combat as opposed to the 5e action economy that we have, like the squadron and fleet battles in the Spelljammer book. It's much simpler. Designed to basically be just resolved that, like, because everything in the Bastion campaign book is resolved basically as a single ability check. Like, that's the whole premise of it, is to make it like super system light, so that you can use it as a progressing point. So I don't need to have the same depth of mechanical combat that we have for the Spelljammer book, because we're not actually taking, you know, fleets of ships into battle. We're just narrating it. So different gear, different rules. There's also dungeon week coming up that I need to build a 5-room dungeon for. I'm gonna build a vertical dungeon, probably a spider's lair, using a vertical, like a side-scrolling vertical sideways orientation of the dungeon instead of an overhead view of the dungeon. I like exploring that space during, like, I always have some sort of a climbing or like scaling sort of challenge that I put into Dungeons and Adventures fairly commonly, just to change the orientation of the map. And since I don't see a lot of that in D&D, that seems like a good idea to put out there for the Systems for Dungeon Week. Blair. That guy looks pretty good. And maybe the head's still a little bit too big, sure. This guy's head's a little bit big too. Everybody's head's big. Now yours is too. There we go. That feels good. And also feels pretty good. Cool. Okay, great. So let's just start dropping some. Yeah, we can go with fleshy bits. How are we doing on time? 45? Still got 10-ish minutes. We won't get this guy done, but we'll get close. Gotta get that Malicious glare. The malicious glare is half the undead there. Drop this in here. Hey Fox, how you doing? I'm having a rough morning. And I'm trapped up in my head a lot. But our day's almost over anyway. We still got about 10 minutes left, so this is not going to be one of my stellar reels highlights. But otherwise, my day's going pretty well. Like I said, I show up and I do art every morning to and agree with, in addition to any other benefits that may exist, is just making sure I keep my ass in the seat and get the work done. So, might not be a day of glory for the stream, but we're making progress, and that's actually what's important here. Here, just that drop in the shadow. And darker bits here. Hope your morning's treating you well, Foxtrot. These gutsy bits in here. Fox. The dream. Hell yeah, my dude. No complaints. I'm gonna see a lot of this is just not really relevant. I'm just adding in for just being here, I guess. Bring that in here. Such plentiful organs. Nope. Yes. So there, get a little bit of taste of ribs, not going too deep into it. Rib cages are a bitch, so I find just like hinting at it has been working out pretty well for us in general. All right, on man. Thanks. Yeah, no complaint. It's just I mean, there's a lot of cover, so it doesn't really even matter for the most part. But it's you see them and it gets the job done. The language is there. Clean up like that. Once you put that last highlight on the ribs, it makes them pop. I think they look good as well. Hey, thanks a lot. Well, that's a line layer. I don't want to do that yet. Not quite ready to merge these things together. Blend those in. Well, if the posse likes it, then it's got to be good. My posse. Go. I'm just about ready to merge these down and blend the line art into the piece overall. I call it the smush when I combine the layers. It makes it stuck. Yeah, no kidding, right? Is this too soon or is this the right time? It's completely understand. Let's go, because we're going to want to add this. Ah, crap, that's my timer. Get out of here. There. Let's just drop in a layer. There. I'm just going to blend these in and I'll be done. And then we'll come back tomorrow. We'll do more of these. And we'll keep doing them until they're done. And then we'll move on to the next piece. And we'll keep doing that piece until that's done. And if we do it long enough, then we finish the book. And we get to publish it. And then we get to do it again with something else. No, mommy, not the clown suit. I don't want to be alone forever. Good book's a bad book. We'll be dropping this into shadow, there'll be fog effect going on in the background on top of it. So, like that. And when you have that fog effect going with that block shadow that I just built, it makes a really nice background fade. So we're going to go through and we're going to be doing this with each of the individual, like each body individually have their own layer of fog over them. Roughly something like that. Helps make that back line pop a little bit more, or the front line pop more. And we'll add everyone back in and we'll call it a day. So we have a gap here that we need to resolve, for instance. So we'll get that all filled in. Just more body bits, shadow stuff. But yeah, we're getting to the point where it's adding in the form a little bit so that we can infer volume in behind them like that, and a lot of the shadow and fog and shadow work here along the ground will help flesh out like feet and stuff like that. And we got the front line fog as well here. That's rough. See, so there. Got to fix all that, but it's going to end up looking pretty damn good. So, okay, cool. That's it for now. We're going to bounce out of here. I'm going to be back. It's 8 o'clock here in Seattle. I reckon I'll be back around 1:30. We're going to just peel out and start focusing in the bashing campaign book. We're going to take a little bit of time looking at how troops and spy networks can sabotage or damage structures to take away bastion points from bastions, to defend them, attack them, repair them. It's not a huge block of material that we need, but I want to flesh it out so it stands on its own. So that's what we'll be doing today at lunchtime for about an hour or so, and then we'll be back tomorrow morning to work on this some more. We'll be back tomorrow at lunch tomorrow. We'll be back at lunch tomorrow as well, and I don't know 100% what we're going to do then. Thursday morning we'll be back. Thursday night we're going to come back, and we're going to start cleaning up patterning, building patterns for the facilities and orders that we have for the Bastion campaign book. Friday morning, more art. Friday lunch, we come back. Not 100% sure what we're going to do on Friday. And then Saturday morning, probably do Martial Power stuff. And then we'll have Martial Power playtest Saturday brunch. And then I'll be out again until Monday. Monday's a holiday. Monday will be a holiday, so I can potentially finish this on Monday if we haven't finished it by Friday. We're not going to be done with this by Friday. We'll probably finish it on Monday, and then I can have an extended lunch session of whatever, and then Monday night we'll be back doing Bastion stuff again. So good week heading up ahead of us. Looking forward to it. So I will see you guys on the other side, and yeah, thanks a lot. Later, guys.